These lot don't know. Oh, it's my driving test certificate there. I passed my driving test, yeah. Yay! All right, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to yet another video. Today, talking about lenses, right? Well, when I say lenses, we're talking about a specific lens, which I have floods and floods of DMs, questions, emails about this specific topic. And it's, as a professional photographer or videographer, what lens am I going to invest in? What's the first lens I should get? Because there's so many options out there. So you've got primes, you've got zooms, there's telephoto lenses, there's a lot of things that come into play when, trying to choose a lens. Lenses are very expensive, let's bear that in mind. So what I would suggest, and the reason why I'm making this video is because this, in all honesty, I think is the lens that you need to invest in if you are going to take your career in film, photography, whatever you're doing to the next level. Ever since I bought this lens around a year and a half ago, I found myself reaching for it for pretty much every single photography, film, YouTube project I had. And that is the 24-70 f2.8. This is the G Master, which is probably the most expensive one you can get because I shoot on Sony. I don't shoot on Canon. So if you probably think I shoot on Canon because I've been uploading a lot of Canon photos recently. It's not mine. This is, and I would say, the best lens for anyone who is starting up and want to take your film and photography to another level. This is the first lens I would say to get for your kit. It's a big investment, and again, you can get cheaper ones. Like I said, the Sigma one, which is 1,000. You can get a Samyang for around 800 to 600, 700. Used lenses, you can always find them cheaper, but obviously they're used, they're gonna have wear and tear. But as a whole, if you were gonna invest above £1,000, I would say the 24-70 f2.8 is the best option, and I'm going to tell you a few reasons as to why I think this is nutty. So when I first started doing film and photography, I only had primes. I swore by prime lenses. I had a 24mm, I had a 35mm, I had a 50mm, and obviously the 85mm. I found myself taking a backpack full of prime lenses. Obviously I had one camera body. First reason why I want to mention this is I was missing a lot of shots because I kept having to change lenses. And I thought to myself, for all these years, why did I put myself through that stress of taking so many prime lenses with me, missing shots, and just making life more difficult? For all of you that are probably thinking, I'm not dogging off prime lenses. I'm not gonna sit here and slag them off and say that they're shit. A point I do want to make is they're not shit, they're sick lenses. Primes are unreal because firstly, you'll see in a lot of film sets, a lot of the time, they're always using prime lenses. Just the depth of field in the primes makes a shot look so much more dramatic, more cinematic. Secondly, they tend to be much sharper than zoom lenses. And thirdly, if you have a prime on like a 35-25, it will sort of give you that creativity or channel that creativity inside you to move about and get different shots and not stay in one place and make you sort of lazy because you can rely on zoom. Primes, you'll be moving about and you'll be getting more creative with those lenses. So don't think I'm dogging off primes and saying, no, they're shit, don't invest in primes, X, Y, and Z, just get this lens. They are sick lenses and people use them for a reason. But for run and gun, primarily, which is what I've been shooting a lot recently, this 24-70 is a beast. In my most recent 5 or 6 projects, this and the 14-24, maybe the 85, my go-to 3 lenses. I want to give you guys another example on why and how this lens came in so clutch for me when it comes to photography. Now, I was recently in Iceland. When I say recently, December, I was in Iceland and I was filming, and I was also in charge of taking photos, which can be a bit of a task. I had 2 cameras on me, but again, it just wasn't efficient and time efficient for me to go and switch cameras when I've got, the Sony on a gimbal, or I'm going handheld and I'm filming. Having to switch cameras or, having to change lenses when I see a photo op is just not on my agenda. So I was in Iceland, I was in the back of this, what's it called, skidoo in a little truck, and I was rattling around like a good un. And to be honest, the thought of going into my camera bag and changing my lens while in the back of a rattling, what they're called, not jet ski, snowmobile, just doesn't exist. I'm not doing that. So I had the 24-70 on the whole time. I got sick photos. I could switch easily from photo to video mode. and I could, again, zoom in. I'm filming the boys on the back of this snowmobile, and they're coming past me, and they're also going far away. They're like kind of going around me, and like I said, you ain't going to be switching lenses. So 24-70, I could zoom in, get some shots when they're further away. When they get closer, I can zoom out. I can get photos, I can get video, all efficiently in that sort of time frame, which I need to just quickly switch from my Sony to photo mode to video mode. I can do that. I don't have to worry again about switching lenses. I just had that on. I had a 14-24mm on me as well, which is a much wider zoom lens. Again, didn't find myself needing to use that as much because the boys would go quite far away and I'd have to zoom in, whereas the 14-24 is just too wide and it just would end up not looking good. The 24-70 came in super clutch during that time when I was filming that particular project. And for all I know, you guys might not be shooting run and gun, you might be shooting weddings. Again, this lens for weddings is probably an absolute game changer. You don't want to miss shots, especially when you're shooting a wedding. And again, you don't want to be fanning around with prime lenses when you want to capture a moment at a wedding, which is a very, very important moment for the bride and the groom. And they're going to be like, where are all your shots? And you're like, oh, sorry, mate, I was changing lenses. They're going to be pissed. I'm just going to simplify this whole video. If you are in the budget for a lens, 24-70 f2.8, spenny, but 100% worth it. Ben 2 years ago or 3 years ago would be looking at me right now and thinking, what are you doing? Why are you using zoom lenses? Ben from 3 years ago, you're a fucking idiot. I've been ragging this lens like no tomorrow. If I didn't show up to a shoot with this, I'd be worried, okay? But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, don't forget to leave a like rating. I'm gonna go watch F1. It's very hot in here. And I will see you lot very, very soon. I'm not sure when. My upload schedule has been really bad, but we'll be returning. We'll be returning with some bangers actually.